In rice growing, you go down. You plant like this. That's the posture of a farmer.
It was amazing and lovely the way in which you could translate a sense of the kinesthetics of the rice into movement, into choreography.
It's so wonderful that these external events are being offered for free. That's such a gift.
This is actually my first symposium, and this topic is incredibly dear to my heart. Everything about this, the performance tonight, these conversations that we're about to listen to. I'm thrilled that such a symposium exists.
Part of Radical is to create as many points of entry as we can, as many vantage points into the work. And that often takes really sharp people. So it's a wonderful thing to be sitting on the campus of UC Berkeley, to be that kind of a beacon intellectually, and to be able to attract so many kinds of thought leaders, so many kinds of thinkers, so many kinds of scholars, as well as the world's leading artists, really gives us this opportunity that I think it would be hard to duplicate just about anywhere else.
And that's what today is really about. Opening up doorways, down passages you might not have considered, for each person to engage meaningfully on their own terms with a work of art.
I'd like to welcome you to our second close look at artists, aesthetics, and the natural world. Today, we are exploring Olivier Messiaen's Des Canyons aux Étoiles, From the Canyons to the Stars, which will be performed by the St. Louis Symphony with David Robertson at the podium and a simply breathtaking visual score by Berkeley's own Deborah O'Grady.
For Messiaen, there is no shying away from the darkness and the depth that is part of the human condition. And so to have imagery that does not sugarcoat the situation that we have with our environment, but that actually places it out there and reminds us of just how important it is for us as stewards of this beauty to maintain that and to husband that.
The music, it's very much like nature. The piece is very geological. It's built in large chunks. I started thinking about how that's just like the nature that he's looking at. If you get your microscope out, you get your telescope, you do whatever, you analyze the rock, you analyze the plants. They also have systems. And that what Messiaen has done with his systems is create this grand work of nature.
This is a brilliant commission. We're starting to realize that in the 21st century, art forms are not separate. Art forms are pouring into each other as they always really did. So this is pretty exciting to get out of the cliche that a concert is just a certain type of behavior of people who are not acknowledging their visual beings.
Catholic pilgrims often take a souvenir from the site they have visited in order to remember their journey. Messiaen's music itself, which is formed quite literally from those layers of color that's found in the canyons, expressed in rock and earth, can be understood as a sort of pilgrimage souvenir. As Messiaen wrote himself, it was, quote, above all, a religious work of praise and contemplation.
I'm a dancer. My relationship to nature is with my body. I don't have an instrument other than my body. So my body is nature.
These presentations in part celebrate the centenary of the national park system here in the U.S. And as we were reflecting on this, it struck us on the art side of the conversation that we have a lot to learn from parks.
Pointing out how important art has been to the establishment of national parks. That is indeed why we have Yosemite. Nobody knew about it until artists did their art on it.
Think about the benefits that come out of our relationship with nature. Clearly social benefits, environmental benefits, health benefits, but there's also inspiration. And that's an important and often overlooked aspect of why we need to bring nature closer to home for those people that don't have it.
Through this project, through Berkeley Radical, commemorating the US National Park System, through music, dance, visual imagery, can a connection with the arts and culture change us in a way that we reconsider how we husband our resources?
Oh, I think we can't change without it.